Welcome back. Welcome back to the fabulous ELD Virtual Academy YouTube site. This is part 3, the last and final part. So last time we were here, we talked a little bit about a fiction narrative. So a story, a narrative that's fake, that's a make-believe story, fiction narrative. And you were asked to go ahead and draw pictures about the prompts, right? The prompt was, you find a genie who gives you 3 wishes. Tell me about it. And so I went ahead and I drew mine and I told you my story. Each time I pointed to a picture, I said 2, 3, or 4 sentences, and you were able to follow along. So now this time you should have your 6 pictures. You should have your 6 pictures. You should have the words that you chose underneath them. And this time we are going to write our story. We're not going to just tell it orally or verbally. We are going to write it. So for my students, you'll be doing this on a Google Doc. Other students, just wait for your teacher. All right. So in writing, we have paragraphs. And this is a symbol for paragraphs. So if you see this symbol, it's like a P with 2 lines. That means paragraph, paragraph. Okay, if you want, you could write this somewhere on your paper. If not, that's okay. So our introduction is gonna be paragraph 1. This box is gonna be paragraph 2. This box is going to be paragraph 3. This box is going to be paragraph 4. This box is going to be paragraph 5. And this box is going to be paragraph 6. So we have 6 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you want, you could make it only 5 paragraphs. So maybe your introduction are these 2 boxes, maybe your conclusion and these 2 could go together, maybe these 2 can go together. I'm just going to make it an even 6 paragraphs, because did you know that when you are writing an essay and they ask you for a minimum of 5 paragraphs, did you know that that means you could do more than 5 paragraphs? You don't have to only do 5 paragraphs. And sometimes it's easier when you have clear-cut paragraphs. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And remember, for my words, I might not use them exactly because it kind of sounds funny, but I am going to go ahead and use them somewhat. So the first one I put was in the first place, right? So my story started with so remember, you find a genie who gives you 3 wishes. Tell me about it. First of all, instead of the first place, first of all, I have to say it was a beautiful day. I'm going to go ahead and that's how I'm going to start. And every time you start a new paragraph, you leave a little space. It's called indenting. If you are typing, you push the button tab, T-A-B. It's to the left of the letter Q, and it will make your cursor move 5 spaces in. So in the first place, I must say that it was a beautiful, it was a beautiful day, period. I'm writing about this picture, even if it's ugly, as long as I know what's in it, that's all that matters. I'm looking at this and remembering, oh yeah, these lines were for the shiny lamp that was beneath the trees. Okay, so where was I? I was in the park. So I was taking a stroll in the park when I noticed something shining at the base of some trees. Okay, so in the first place, I must say that it was a beautiful day. I was taking a stroll in the park when I noticed something shining at the base of some trees. I hastily, that means quickly, I hastily picked picked up the object and discovered it was a lamp. It was a lamp. So here, my first paragraph is done. It's done. I'm going to go to my second paragraph. I found I had the lamp in my hand. Since I had the lamp in my hand, I rubbed it and out came a genie whose name was Matilda. And then I'm going to describe Matilda. So I'm going to go to my paragraph 2, which means I don't write here. I go to the next line, okay, and I press tab or I put a couple fingers down here and I'm going to start right here. Because when you have paragraphs, it's much easier to read someone's writing, okay? Since the lamp was in my hand, I rubbed it lightly. A big jovial, that's like jolly, like Santa Claus, a big jovial genie popped out, exclamation mark. She said, because we're a little older, we should have some quotes in there. Hi, my name is Matilda, and I will grant you 3 wishes. Okay. I couldn't believe my luck. Do me a favor, can you unmute, or if you're in a physical classroom, go ahead and read out loud with me. Go. In the first place, I must say that it was a beautiful day. I was taking a stroll in the park when I noticed something shining at the base of some trees. I hastily picked up the object and discovered it was a lamp. Since the lamp was in my hand, I rubbed it lightly. A big jovial genie popped out. She said, "Hi, my name is Matilda, and I will grant you 3 wishes." I couldn't believe my luck. I'm going to make that an exclamation too. But now I'm going to stop with the exclamation marks because I don't want to have too many. And I already have 3, which is kind of too many. So I'm not going to use anymore. So I did this one. Paragraph 2 is done. What was this? This is wish number 1. I was flying, seeing beautiful city lights, and I'm going to use the word momentarily, but I'm not going to use momentarily. I'm going to use in a moment. In a moment. No, I think I'm going to use momentarily. Sometimes when you're writing, you change your mind. I tend to change my mind a lot. Momentarily, I told Matilda that I wanted the ability to fly. She snapped her fingers and told me to jump. I jumped all the way to the heavens, or the clouds, the heavens, and flew through the clouds. It was an amazing feeling. Okay, so momentarily I told Matilda that I wanted the ability to fly. She snapped her fingers and told me to jump. I jumped all the way to the heavens and flew through the clouds. It was an amazing feeling. So I want to know before I use my next page, because I'm done with my paragraph 3. Okay, and I'm done with my paragraph 3. Does someone want to volunteer to read what I have so far out loud? Raise your Zoom hand. Pause. Excellent, excellent. So I'm going to go ahead because this is 3 paragraphs, but I have 3 more that I need to write. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move this, and I'm going to go here back to my number 4. Oh, I remember this picture. I wanted the superpower to be invisible. I wanted to be invisible. And here's prior to. Okay. And I'm going to indent again. Prior to choosing the ability to fly, I thought about becoming invisible. So I decided to make that my wish number 2. I probably should have put TWO because it's good to write out numbers that are under 10, but I didn't. Oh, well. Okay, so I decided, oh, you know what? I'm just going to put 2 here. Okay, my wish number 2. So if you're typing it, you could always delete and make your corrections that way. It was so much fun walking amongst people who couldn't see me. Okay, so prior to choosing the ability to fly, I thought about becoming invisible. So I decided to make that my wish number 2. It was so much fun walking amongst people who couldn't see me. Okay, so that's my paragraph number 4. Paragraph number 5, wish number 3, lots of money, and I'm trying to use the word eventually. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. I'm going to indent again about here, or you're going to press tab. Eventually, I realized that money would be needed to make the most of my superpowers. I think I had said $1,000,000,000,000,000. I don't know if that's a real number, but for this essay, it will be. I asked Matilda for $1,000,000,000,000,000. Poof. I'll do one more exclamation. Poof. She gave it to me And I'm still enjoying the tons of cash today. Okay. Okay. So here we go. That was my fifth. And now my conclusion. From time to time, I'm here on the park bench and I'm thinking about Matilda. Okay. So I'm gonna put a few fingers down so I can indent. From time to time, I visit the park where I initially found the lamp. I sit on a bench and wonder how Matilda is doing. Hopefully, we will meet again one day. Okay. So here, that was my last one, my ending, my conclusion. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this whole thing. You can read with me out loud, or you could just read with your eyes. Feel free to unmute yourself, or if you're in a physical classroom, go ahead and read along with me. In the first place, I must say that it was a beautiful day. I was taking a stroll in the park when I noticed something shining at the base of some trees. I hastily picked up the object and discovered it was a lamp. Since the lamp was in my hand, I rubbed it lightly. A big jovial genie popped out. She said, "Ha! My name is Matilda, and I will grant you 3 wishes." I couldn't believe my luck. Momentarily, I told Matilda that I wanted the ability to fly. She snapped her fingers and told me to jump. I jumped all the way to the heavens and flew through the clouds. It was an amazing feeling. Prior to choosing the ability to fly, I thought about becoming invisible. So I decided to make that my wish number 2. It was so much fun walking amongst people who couldn't see me. Eventually, I realized that money would be needed to make the most of my superpowers. I asked Matilda for $1,000,000,000,000. Poof, she gave it to me, and I'm still enjoying the tons of cash today. From time to time, I visit the park where I initially found the lamp. I sit on a bench and wonder how Matilda's doing. Hopefully, we will meet again one day. So I want you to take your pictures. You should have this from assignment number 2 with the words from part 1. Okay. And I want you to write 5 or 6 paragraphs. And your prompt is you find a genie who gives you 3 wishes. Tell me about it. So you could do anything. You could have your genie be any type of genie you want. You could find it anywhere you want. You could do whatever you want with it. And go ahead and upload. My kids, go ahead and upload it to Google Classroom. You're going to do a great job. And for the rest of you, do whatever your teacher instructs you to do. See you next time. Bye.